Yeah, brother.
So a lot of what you're saying is very uncomfortable. It's weird, it's new, it's different. But to me, it seems like you're a lot like a firefighter, where you see a fire and instead of running away like a normal sane person, you actually run into the building and help put it out. I'm wondering what you've seen in different communities that has helped change the mentality of the community to, rather than being the person who runs away from the problem, to be the one who runs toward it and sort of embraces the uncomfortableness of doing something that might be different or uncomfortable.
Could you hear that? Back in the corner? Okay, great. Well, I don't know. You paint me out to be maybe a little more courageous than I am. I think that part of what happens is we get a courage in community that we can't kind of muster up on our own, So, and that just as we hear, when you're a teenager, you hear about like negative peer pressure, I think peer pressure can be a negative thing, but it can also be a really positive thing. If you surround yourself with a group of people that their response to an injustice is not to run away, but to run to it, then that kind of, that their courage rubs off on you. And I think that's what I've found in the community of friends I'm kind of doing life with, and so when I went to Iraq or Afghanistan or these places, it was always in the context of community, and it was with a group of people that were really inspiring me towards the courage that to risk things that I might not find just if I were alone, When I was in Afghanistan, I was there with Marie McGuire, who's become a hero of mine. She's won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work in Northern Ireland. And one of the kids, the Afghan kids, said sometimes we're scared. And they said, do you ever get scared? And she had a great answer. She's like this just incredible, Irish woman that's seen so much pain. And she said, oh, of course I get scared. I'm not going to try to do an Irish accent. Of course we get scared. And she said, but being scared is different than fear. She said, fear is when we let being scared stop us from what love requires of us. It's great, isn't it? And so I don't think it's bad to get scared, but when we allow our fears or our prejudices or whatever to stop us from what love requires of us. And I think all of us are like, we're always going to be uncomfortable around what's unfamiliar. You take kids from the city into the mountains, they're like scared to death, right? The boogeyman and Bigfoot and all this stuff that they made up in their head. And you take kids from the country or the mountains to the city and they're all scared to death too. They're going to get shot or knifed or whatever. And I think that's like, we're always scared of what's unfamiliar. So the more diverse our friendships are, I think the more we realize that we've got a lot of the same fears and we've got a lot of the same hopes. And so